It's that time of the week, time to answer your questions. Submit the questions via email, voicemail, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. What else do we have? I guess that's mostly it. However you want to submit the questions, submit them. First question from Alan. Hey guys, have you thought of who the new host is going to be on your channel when you go to Boston? Will you consider people from the audience? What will the requirements be? Do you have specific people in mind? Way ahead of us, Alan. So yes, we're doing an Indiegogo campaign right now, which by the way, you can pull up at igg.me/at/TDPS10 and you can contribute. One of the things we want to do when we move the studio to Boston is to have a new host who will be able to co-host with me sometimes, do their own original content, do some investigative journalism, but also fill in for me when I'm off. Instead of running an old show, we can have new shows even on days that I'm off. So that's the idea. We don't yet have anybody in mind. We will consider people from the audience. Of course, we'll consider anybody. The requirements will be you have to be in or willing to travel to Boston on a multiple times a week basis. That would be number one. Number two, you have to be progressive, right? I mean, if we're a progressive show, it's great to have opposing ideas, but we're looking for a progressive. And you will also have to have some experience doing either audio or video broadcasting, because right now we don't really have the resources to train someone from the ground up. So it will ideally be someone with some on-camera or on-mic experience, as well as some tech skills, so that they could do some editing of their own pieces. That's all we know so far, Lewis.
Yeah, of course, it's very important to have examples of whoever this person is doing some type of television or radio broadcast. I mean, if we can't see how they perform on air, what they sound like, how they act, how fluid they are, then, it'd be a total crapshoot, and we can't have that.
No, and of course, we could have people do screen tests and stuff like that. But I think for our first new host, it would have to be someone with some experience. And then once we have hopefully the ability to build a sort of bullpen of great people, then we can look at, we bring in interns, for example, which we would probably do anyway once we go to Boston. And interns would have the opportunity to say, hey, I really think I could do a video piece for you. Let me try. And we know of many shows where people have started that way and have ended up being the hosts of programs. So yeah, we're not really discriminating in any way as far as the background, education level, or anything like that. For this person, it will be someone who has some tech skills, some hosting skills, and is in the Boston area and is in a progressive. It's going to be wide open, and I'm actually super excited about it.
Yes, it's going to be interesting. Tech skills, definitely a must. If I think in this business, if you are not at least somewhat tech savvy, working in a small outfit like ours, you got to have those skills.
Absolutely. Being able to edit, or at least partially edit your own pieces, run your own microphone, set up a camera so you can then do a stand-up in front of it. The basics have to be known by individuals. And a lot of that stuff is much easier to teach than being comfortable in front of a camera or being articulate and fluid in your delivery.
Which is something that you might not necessarily even be able to teach someone. I mean, that may be, an intangible.
Yeah, yes, absolutely. So very exciting stuff. We'll announce when we're starting to consider people, because I know there's already 15 or 20 people in our audience that have expressed interest who are in the Boston area.